So I haven't been looking forward to making this video. So I thought I'd come somewhere that I love, makes me feel comfortable, might help me out a little bit. Although Mother Nature with the weather, she's not playing ball. It's really windy today. So on YouTube, I might come across sometimes quite, I'm not going to blow my own trumpet because that's not what I'm like, but a little bit slick with how I can string my words together. And that's because anything that I get wrong, or I stutter or say the wrong thing, I just cut it out in the edit. But Jo, she challenged me in the first vlog to do a 10-minute just talking to the camera video. No edits, no safety net for when I trip over or slur my words. To be honest, I feel out of my comfort zone and a little bit vulnerable, to be honest. See, I've said to be honest way too many times, because I'm nervous. Whereas if I can just point the camera, say something, scrub it if I say it wrong, and then sort that out in the edit, then everything's peachy. So yeah, this original video was going to be about camping mistakes, but I thought YouTube mistakes was a little bit more apt, especially for this video. Klaus from my Patreon, he asked, what are my two biggest mishaps or mistakes when it comes to camping? So I will get on to a few of those in a bit, but it's the YouTube stuff that I think I've probably made more mistakes. A lot of them that you haven't seen, because they've been cut out. Editing's a wonderful thing. Anything that you say by mistake or repeat yourself like I've done now, you never have to see that. But there has been things that I've done and I've said that maybe I wish I hadn't. Hi sheep. My ode to Stephen Reed. This is a mistake that I've done before, by the way. This big rock. Smashed my head on that before. Yeah. Some things that I might have given my opinion that was maybe harsh, or I've said something about something or someone that I regret. I'm not going to go into details on that, but I can't take that back. So it's been spitting a little bit. I'm hoping that I beat the rain. This place, by the way, come here quite a lot, so we live 15-minute drive away. Views are stunning. This escarpment, or I think it's glacial. Been here a few years anyway, almost as old as me. Yeah, so when it comes to YouTube, I know a lot of people, they don't press record on the camera because they're worried about what people will think or what people will say. And I was exactly the same. So I never told anybody about the YouTube channel. I had over 1,000 subscribers, and there was Kevin, who I shared my office with. He was the only one that knew. My kids knew, my mum didn't. It was something that I was petrified of anybody finding out and taking the mickey out of me, because fully grown man filming himself camping, what's that all about? But yeah, then somebody at work, they were searching for something camping related and stumbled across one of my videos. Just so happens that lad as well he is the biggest piss taker going. And we used to, all of us go around the dinner table at canteen, maybe a dozen people. Oh, and for months and months I was the topic of conversation. You know, they used to rib me brutally sometimes. But yeah, I wonder if they're still sat around that dinner table ribbing me. Probably. So I think this is, I think it's White Moss Path or something. I can't remember what it's called now. The trig point anyway. So this is one of the biggest mistakes that I make when I'm out camping anyways, is I fall. I've had a couple of injuries where I've slipped or tripped, torn this muscle on my leg, on my thigh. I did that playing football, but I didn't get it sorted properly, so the muscle's never been right. And I've done that twice now while I've been out camping. Had to hobble back from places in the Lake District, really uncomfortable. So this is not an ideal situation, jumping over these rocks whilst holding the camera. But that's the beauty of this one, I suppose. Did I mention I'm filming with this 360 camera anyway, so I can just shove the pole out in front of me and forget about it. It does all the filming. And then I haven't got to worry about anything other than where I put my feet. Although, there's been a few people up here thinking, what's that idiot doing? Although I've got over that now, so I used to feel really vulnerable with that. So if I was about and I wanted to film something, I'd have to put the camera away if people were there. That's not the case now. I will stand in a train station full of people, happily talk to the camera, because when you think about it, nobody cares. Everyone's either on TikTok, Facebooking, or video calling. That's why I don't like those really big cameras, the DSLRs and stuff like that, where holding them like that with a 4-foot microphone on them. These little compact ones, although the quality's not as good, they're more discreet and I feel more comfortable using them. I've not really talked about my camping mistakes yet, have I? So I haven't really made that many. It's all little things like taking bacon but forgetting your frying pan, so you end up with boiled bacon, or not taking the gas for my stove, so I end up not having a hot drink or a hot meal that day. Nothing that's going to kill me. I wouldn't come home for that. It's just things that make the comfort not quite there. This camera's quite heavy though. When you're holding it out a couple of meters in front of you. I did make a big mistake once when I was up in the lake. So I went camping with Steve from Outdoor Lifestyle. You all right, mate? We were going to stay in Warnscale Bothy, and it was winter, snow on the ground, ice everywhere. And on the way up, we overshot the path. So everywhere was covered in snow. And we ended up climbing up a little rocky area anyway. And we had to go back down, and I didn't have any microspikes with me. So thought it was going to be a mountain rescue job. There was ice on all the rocks. I was terrified, to be honest. But it was a case of getting down on my backside, inch by inch, till we found the path again. After that trip, I bought some microspikes. I won't make that mistake again. So this is another thing here. There's things like this. So I've got a camera here, and I'm not going to turn it off. I'm going to go a different path. Choosing the wrong path sometimes can get you into trouble. You can be up to your knees in bog, or you can have to. Maybe there's a river that you can't cross, so you have to go back again. Just little mistakes. I've not had any major gear fails. I've taken a sleeping bag before several times. It's not been up to the conditions, so I've been a little bit chilly. Same with the sleeping pad. It's all part of the learning curve. And when my first family tent that I got, I ruined it. I packed it away wet. That's about 20 years ago now, though, before I was into all this wild camping sort of stuff. Yeah, I packed it away wet. As you imagine now, it went mouldy. I knew that, but just forgot to unpack it and dry it out properly. So, yeah, not really many mistakes, Klaus, when it comes to camping. I try and lots of little cock-ups, like I said, forgetting stuff. Pitching in areas or places that not really suitable for the conditions. I've done that quite a lot of times. For the view, I like to open my tent to a stunning view, but sometimes that's in exposed areas. If the wind picks up, it makes for an uncomfortable night. Now, which way am I going here? Yeah. See what I mean? You can get really muddy. I don't even think I'm supposed to be going this way. Down there, that's it. So yeah, although I do this week in, week out, make videos, this is really uncomfortable. Really uncomfortable. Whereas live streams, it's not the same. I'm getting questions, and if someone asks you a question or a prompt, so I've stood in front of people. See, I've gone off track, look. I'll go back to my live stream bit. Someone will ask you a question, and then you just answer it. It's easy. Because you know, if you either know the answer or you don't. So, but you can talk about that, and then once you've said your bit, you move on to the next question. So I've done a couple of talks now in front of people. So I was in the tent at the Outkit Big Shakeout Festival, did a presentation there. But again, it was questions led. And then with Harrison Ford, Harrison Ward, the fell foodie, that was at the NEC. Again, that was questions led. So it's if you've got someone to converse with, it's easy. I couldn't stand in a room and just do a presentation on my own. Even though if I'm talking about stuff that I've done, I still couldn't do that. Just don't seem to get those things in my head properly. Yeah, I'm so thankful for my editing software. It gets me out of so much trouble. Why am I walking through this stuff? I hate this stuff. This is where all the ticks like to jump on board. Anyway, I think I've done it. Let's have a look how much time. 14 minutes it says here. We shall see when we press stop. Thanks for listening to my ramblings. I'll see you tomorrow.